Another pest card. Okay, now we get all the pest cards. So we need to remove all our things now. That was a seed as well. Okay. Okay, there are only 3 pest cards in here, and I got all of them. Hey everyone, there's Solitaire, and today I'm back with another entry into the Solitaire print to play game design contest, currently hosted on Board Game Geek. And today I will be playing Garden Builder, which is a really interesting game. Has quite a few mechanisms that I haven't seen like that before, so you can look forward to that. And as usual, before I get started, I will just quickly set up the game. Alright, and that is the setup of the game. Actually, it's a setup that is pretty simple. There are quite a few components, but once you know how to do it, it's actually quite intuitive, I gotta say. Alright, so what are we doing? Well, we are playing through 3 rounds, so we're going through this deck 3 times, and we will be trying to build a garden with as many points as possible. So, disclaimer at the beginning, as usual, I'm trying to play the game as true to the rules as possible. Of course, it's always possible that I misunderstood something or I'm making a mistake, because recording a video is way different than just playing it just like that without a camera. So in case there are any mistakes, as usual, I will put the corrections in the pinned comment. And also keep in mind that this, of course, is a work in progress because the contest is still ongoing. Alright, so let me just show you what we see here. So up here, these are all the different plants or vegetables we can grow. These will stay up there. They just show us which patterns we need to build the seeds with on our little tableau here, and how we get points. I will talk about that a little bit later. Then we have our garden deck here. I already turned over 3 cards, and we will always choose a card. Do one of these 2 actions. For example, here build a path or place a yellow seed, or here build a path and build a green seed, things like that. And when the entire deck is, when like the last card is turned over, I still have 1 turn, and then the round is over. We have 3 rounds, right? And then we also have like these plants here. These plants I can grow as soon as I have the correct seeds. And that is almost it. Here's our tableau. We see here that is round 1. This is round 2 and round 3. So our garden plot is getting bigger with each round, which is one thing. And then here we have these cubes. So red, orange, yellow, and green. These are just our seeds. We can see these here with these abbreviations, right? G for green, O for orange, and so on. Then here we have our path tokens. We need to start the path up here. And then we always need to continue the path orthogonally. We can only water a plant when it is adjacent to a path. Makes sense, right? Because we can only walk there and water it if there is a path. And then we have gnomes here, garden gnomes that we can build, and flamingos we can build. And that is pretty much all, almost all. And we have that cube here. There are also pests that can get into our garden, and they can actually remove seeds and plants whenever we draw such a card. Then we need to resolve that immediately. And that is pretty much all. Let's go over, I will go over the plants and also over how we place these things here, right? So let's just go over the placement first. Seeds will be placed on the plots like that, right? And when we have specific configurations, then we can grow the plants. I will show you later how. Paths and gnomes and flamingos can be placed on these nodes. At the beginning, we have only these 12 nodes, and later on these, we also have these here, and then we also have these, right? Depending on the round. Paths, as I said, we start here, and we need to place further paths orthogonally. If we are able to place a complete path until here, the end path node here in the bottom left, then we get 10 additional points at the end of the game. Flamingos and gnomes, as far as I understood the rules, we can place them anywhere. Gnomes score in sets, so as many gnomes as we can place orthogonally to each other, the more points we get. So maximum points for all 8. But we don't get any points for that group or for that set if they are adjacent to a flamingo. So we shouldn't put anything like that, right? For flamingos, we get 3 points for a set of 2. And that is pretty much how we get points for these things and how we place those. So these 3 are nodes and these 4 on the plots themselves. Then we have our vegetables here. You see like these different patterns. You can see those. I will not mention them. But for example, let's say we do have this configuration here, like green, 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 right? This configuration here. Then we can take the beans token here, and then choose one of these 3 plots we used for that shape and put the beans there, right? And that's it. Then we grew that plant. And that's pretty much all that is that we need to know for how to grow plants. And here are how the beans score. Adjacent plants require 1 fewer seed cube to grow. That is what the beans can do. And there is a bonus if we have like the 3 sisters configuration. That is 1 bean plant, 1 corn, and also 1 squash right beside each other, right? But that's all. The beans don't give any other points otherwise. The corn, you see, they start with 1 here, and whenever we water them, we turn them over, and then we just rotate them, and then they get more and more points. So 1, 3, 5, or 10 points, and also they are part of the 3 sisters group. Then marigolds, they don't give any points at all, but they cannot be removed by pests, and also adjacent plants cannot be removed by pests. So these can be really helpful, like in the middle and plants around, right? Something like that. They can be really helpful, and also tomatoes right next to the marigold will get a multiplier if we water the marigold. And first it is just ×1 multiplier, so none, and then if we water it, it's ×2. The peppers give 8 points, which is a lot, but they are decreased by adjacent beans. So peppers should not be adjacent to beans. Apart from that, really cool. And then we also have the bonus +10 for salsa garden. Salsa garden means that we have a square, like a square of 4, and with alternating peppers and tomatoes. So pepper, tomato, for example. And then we get like 10 points extra for each of those. So that might be something we could try to do. And squash, they give just 1 point. But they can be watered just like the corn. But also if we have a squash here, then the next squash we place adjacent to that always gets 1 +1 score to what the other squash has, right? So that can rack up quite quickly. And the tomatoes just give 2 points. That's all. But they are multiplied by these marigold values, as I said, right? And they also are part of that salsa garden, that square with peppers and tomatoes alternating. And that's it. That was a lot to take in, but that is all we need to know. And now we can pretty much start playing. Oh, by the way, I don't know what I'm doing here. The path, I don't know what I'm doing here. So the path go here, flamingos there, and the gnomes over here, like this. That's how it works. And then we have a little more room for these seeds here. Right. And that is pretty much it. All right, so let's start. So we see these cards here. We can have paths, and we also can have colors. So I definitely want to have a few peppers because they give a lot of points. We could try, I didn't do that last time, but we could try either these 3 sisters, right? So squash, corn, and beans. Or we could do like the tomato pepper thing. And I think that's something that I would like to do. And these patterns can be rotated, by the way, right? So we can also build them like this or whatever. So we don't need the yellow for any of those. So I will take that card here to build a path. So we always can do one of these actions, right? Because the path is important for these 10 points. I really want to get those, and also that we can actually water the plants, right? So that is really important. Okay, so let me see. Then we turn over a new card. A lot of green here. We don't need a whole lot of green for what I'm trying to do, right? Well, we could build a marigold maybe, right? Just to be a little bit, just to have like a few plants safe. But where would we build it? Because I want to have that square here. You know what? I think then I will do the 3 sisters instead. I think that's better. We can't do the corn yet because we need 4 in a row, and we don't have 4 in a row anywhere here, right? We would have to do that later, but that would be fine. So you know what? I think I will put a marigold maybe right here in the middle. So that means we need a green seed. So I will take one and put it right there. And then I need an orange. Oh, there's an orange. We will do that as well. And what happens now is, you see, now we have that pattern, orange, green, right? So now we take a marigold and we can put it on one of these squares. And that's it. We have our first plant. That doesn't give any points, but we can try to build around that so that they are not affected by pests. Seeds are, right? The marigold only protects adjacent flowers and vegetables, not seeds. Okay, and there we go. So here we can build a flamingo or a yellow seed. So we want to build, what do we want to build? I want to build a squash. I want to build beans and corn. So let's see. Like beans I could build up here. That would be possible. And we could start with squash over here maybe, right? That would be possible. So let's start with squash. Let's take a yellow one and put that yellow one over here. And then let's take a green one and put a green one over here, right? So we have these two for squash later on. So we're already preparing a little bit. Up here, I wanted to do beans because, you know, I can just rotate them, right? So we need 3 greens. Here's a green. Let's take that one and put it there. Another green, perfect. Let's put another green over there. So we need a 3rd green. We don't have that yet, but I think I will just, oh, there is a green. But I also need that path. I also need to continue my path, to be honest. I think I want to go here right down the middle for the path. So you know what? I will take this card for now and just build a gnome and start like my gnome collection here. I think that's pretty good. Oh, there's a pest card. So the pest now, you see, like the first uncovered square is seed. So we need to remove a seed now. Let's remove the green one down here for now. Yeah. And then we go further one square. Another pest card. Okay, now we get all the pest cards. So we need to remove all our things now. That was a seed as well. Okay. Okay, there are only 3 pest cards in here, and I got all of them. So, and the next one is a plant. So you would have to remove a plant, but the marigold is protected, right? And we don't have any other plants, so we are lucky now. Okay, so that was all pests. So now we can build whatever our heart desires. Okay, I need another green one here. We have the orange ones. Well, maybe we could also start with the orange ones. No, I don't need any orange ones. Not at all. Well, we could also build a pepper, maybe. No, I can't get in here like that. You know what? Then let's maybe start with a few flamingos. I think that would be okay as well. Because if I go with the path right here, then I can only build the gnomes here. So up here is fine with the flamingos. That should be cool. So I'm going to build a flamingo up here. The first one. That should be fine. Red, we don't need any red at the moment, but that I can use that one for the path because I need to continue the path here. That is not bad. You know what? I will now. No. I will just build like a few decorations, right? I will put the gnome here, and then another path, which is good. You know, I'm just preparing for future rounds. Do I need to go down here? Yeah, I think I do. Could I also then go up here? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. The gnomes are important. So if I go up here, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 gnomes. There are 8. I can't place all 8 here. No, not really. But I think like this would be okay, I guess. Yeah, that means I can't place any more flamingos at the moment. Okay. So we have another green one. I would definitely use one of those now to put that here. And now you see we have like this shape here, right? So we can put some beans there, and I will put them down here. And these are protected now as well because of the adjacent marigold, which is really good. Okay, so that works well. So let me see. New card. More gnomes are fine. So now we can start building on other things. So I want a corn here in the corner, right? Later on, maybe a tomato there. So let me put a corn here. So we need, for that, we need a green one over there. And down here, I want to start with squash. So we could actually take this one here for another green one down there. Okay, and then we would need a yellow there and a yellow there. We don't have any yellows at the moment, so let me just take this one here and to put another gnome here. I think that's not too bad. Here is the watering can. That's pretty cool because now what we can do is either we can clear the pest track, which doesn't really make sense now. It makes sense later, like when we have like these 2 seeds gone, that we clear the pest track, so we're at the beginning again, because seeds are better to remove than plants, right? But I will use it now, because then we can water our marigold. So now if you put tomatoes here, they will get twice the value. And that's what I will do later on. Okay, and then I will build another gnome right down there. And then that is it. Now we can only use 1 card, and then that was already round 1. I didn't build a whole lot in round 1, to be honest. That didn't go all too well, but okay. So I I cannot build a flamingo. I don't need to water anything, so I will just build another gnome like this. Okay, I think that does work. Actually, I'm thinking about the path. Do I need... What will I do? I will put the peppers down here, right? No, squash. And squash needs to be watered. Well, I could also put the squash up here, but corn needs to be watered as well. So we need a path down here. We do. Okay, that was it. So now we take all of these cards here. What I will do now is, let me find the pests. Here they are. Let me just distribute them a little bit better into the deck, because it's not that great if you get like all of them at once. I mean, it's possible that I get all of them at once again after I shuffle, but let me just distribute them a little bit better. I don't know what happened here. I mean, that was just unlucky, I suppose, but all right. So let's do a few quick overhand shuffles. Yeah, that's pretty much how the game is played, right? We do that 3 rounds. So 1/3, we're already done 1/3 with the game. And after 3 rounds, the game is over and we tally our points. Getting a lot of points is not that easy. Last time, I think there are 3 ranks, and I got the middle one last time. So that was pretty okay. So there we go. By the way, for the first draw, if we draw water or pest, then we just shuffle them back into the deck, because at the beginning that shouldn't happen. Yes, we need yellow. I will take that immediately, because we need to build our stuff here. Do I first want to build corn or squash? Doesn't really matter, I think. I see green here. By the way, now we have also that, right? You know what? Let's build the squash first, I suppose. It doesn't really matter. I want to build both this round. That's the first pest card. So now we lose a seed again. Well, let's just lose a green one for now. All right, so let's build a green one here, and let's put that one up here. And then, yeah, we need yellow, but we don't have that at the moment. So let me build another green one here. And another green one up there for later. I mean, we can't build the corn. We can't build the corn now because we need to wait till round 3. But I mean that is okay. We can build a few other things in the meantime. I definitely need a yellow. Here we go. That's a yellow. I will take that immediately, because you see now here we have that shape of the squash. So now we can take a squash and place it right here. And now we need a path down there so we can water it so it gets more points. Let's just take this one here for the path. Yeah, let's take this one for the path. So we can continue down here, and now we can water that. That can give up to 4 points. That is not too bad. If you see, these are also double-sided, right? So it goes up to 8 even, right? So we can really get a lot of points there. Okay, so it might be an idea to put another squash here. Can we do that? Yes, we could. Not this round yet, but we could try to do that. And up here we could put a tomato, actually. That might be a good idea as well. Maybe I will put a tomato here, and then we can put the squash here later on. I think that's what I'm going to try to do. Yeah, let's do that. So let's take a red one here, put a red one here. We do have a seed up here that is now in the way, but when the next pest comes, we can actually remove that one again. So that's what I will try to do at least. So green, I will put a green one up here. Now we need a red one there, and then we can also already have a tomato. In the meantime, I could continue. Well, I could already put maybe a green seed here for later on for the squash. We could already do that. Then our path needs to continue. Yellows, I don't need yellows at the moment, but later on maybe. But let's maybe put another gnome here, right there. Like this it should work, yeah. There's a pest card. So now we will lose a seed, which is good this time because I want to get rid of that one because I misplaced that one. And that's a red one. That's the red seed we need to finish that. So now we have our tomato here. So that's 2 points times 2 because of that marigold over there. Like this. That is not too bad. That is pretty good. I'm not doing good on points at the moment, but let's just continue and hope that it gets better. Oh, like this. Now we should reset our track, to be honest. Let's hope we get water before we get the next pest, because I don't want to get, otherwise I would have to get rid of our squash again, and that would be bad. Okay, so what can we do? We could continue with our flamingo up there, actually. So let's do that, because we need them in pairs, right? And now we have a pair here. That is pretty cool. Okay. Oops, that shouldn't have happened. Okay, we could... At the moment, we don't really need anything except maybe yellow. Could be helpful, right? So let's take this one here for a gnome, I think. Yeah, let's put another gnome here. Oh, can we put a gnome? Wait, because... Well, yeah, well, if we don't build anything there, then it's enough to build the path over here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would be possible, so we can put more gnomes here. I think that's what I'm going to do. So let me put a gnome here. There for now. 2, 4, 6, 7 gnomes. Yeah, if we can get a 8th gnome there, that would be a lot of points. That would be really good. So, and then let's just, you know what? Let's just continue our path. Up here. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. There's a water card. Perfect, because now I will reset the pest track. So we only lose seeds and no plants now. That is much better. Okay, so what do we need? We need yellow here and we need yellow there. We have yellow here. We don't need this one, so I could work a little bit more with a few flamingos. Let me just put one up there, right? Because only 2 can be, only 2 give 3 points. So I need to have a space here. Then I put 2 there and maybe 2 here. That would be great. They must not be adjacent to gnomes. They aren't. That is good. Okay, a pest card again. So we now lose a seed. Well, one of these two. I actually want to build up here now. So, yeah, so let me remove that one for now. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Okay, so the yellow one, I will put that over here. We do need another green one there. Let's see if we can find one. So, we don't need orange at the moment for what I'm trying to do. So let's remove that and put another flamingo here. Is it actually possible to put all gnomes and flamingos down? I don't know if that's possible at all. Okay, and we have our last round. Oh, I would like a gnome, but I only have one left, so that is fine. We don't need red, we don't need orange, but I think watering is pretty good. Because then I could water here the squash like this, and then it gives more points. That was round 2. We are not doing well. We are really not doing well in terms of points, but well, yeah. It always depends on how the cards come out, right? And I'm still trying to figure out like what are the best setups for the different plants. I'm still trying to figure that out. Not too easy to say, to be honest. Oh, there's a pest card. We shouldn't have that in the very beginning, so let's shove that back in like that. Okay, so yeah, 2/3 of the game are done. So green, we need green over there. So now we have the entire plot to work with, which is great. So let's put green here, and then we need another yellow one there. A lot of reds. We don't need reds at the moment, so I will just use those to continue our path, because we need to build the path until here, the end path, so we can actually get those 10 extra points. And since we're doing pretty bad on points, we definitely need those. Okay. Let me see. Yeah, let's build another path for now, because that's the last round. That's a watering can. We need a watering can here to reset the track again one time, but there are still 3 pests coming out, so it won't help now. So I'm using. Well, you know what? I will not use the watering can for now. Not for now. Instead, I will take this one here and build another gnome. The last one here, because now we get full points for the gnomes. We need this because we're not doing too well. There are 2 watering cans now. Okay, then we can use one to water our squash. Nice. And then we could put... Oh, we can't put any more flamingos here. Oh no, because then they would be adjacent to the other flamingos. Okay, that's it regarding flamingos. I need a yellow cube. I can't put a gnome there. I can't put well, then I will just have to put a flamingo there. I mean, we need to do something, right? Well, no. I mean, I also want another squash down here, right? So let me start by doing that by just putting a green one there. Yeah, of course. A pest card. Okay, we lose a seed again. Well, then let's just remove that one again. Oh no! Wait, do we need to get rid of a plant now? Oh, I think... You know what? I didn't see that we were that far already. I didn't see that. So I would have used the water can. I said that I would do that, right? To reset the track. So now when we draw the pest card, then we only lose a seed. So sorry about that, but that's what I was planning to do anyway. I was just not thinking right. Sorry about that. Okay, so I didn't know that we were already that far. Okay, so then I will put a green one there again. Let's still try to get that squash there. There is the yellow we need. That is the yellow we need. I will put that right here. So now we have that corn here. That is great. So now we can put that corn over there. That means now we have the 3 sisters bonus here, which gives us another 10 points, which is really, really good. Let me do that like this. Okay, there we go. Okay. So now we get 10 points for the 3 sisters. We get 10 points for the path almost, plus the gnomes here. Okay, maybe we could save it a little bit. We didn't plant a whole lot, but we do get quite a few bonuses. So let's see, maybe that's going to work. Okay, so the corn is done. Now what we could do here, maybe we would have room for a tomato, right? because that's only, where are they? There. Red, green, and red. That could be possible, but I would like to have a squash here first. So we have almost everything we need for the squash. So we have that green one here. That I will put over here. Then we have a pest card, so we lose another seed again. So yeah, then we will have to lose that one again. Okay. Then another, we also need a path later on, one more. Green. Oh, a pest card. And now, now we will have to lose a plant actually. That is horrible. Oh, that is really bad. I don't want to lose a plant. I'm screwing up my bonus. But then I will lose that one here. Yeah, because I definitely don't want to lose the squash now, because then I messed up everything here. That is horrible. That went really bad. I was hoping for another watering can before that, but I think there is no watering can in here anymore. Well, then I will just have to continue. Now I think all the pest cards are gone. So that is a yellow one I will put here. Let's hope for another yellow one. For now I will put that here and finish our path. So we at least get these points. I need another yellow one. I don't know if there's another yellow one in there. What can I do with orange? Not a whole lot. The marigold. Well, I could try to put a marigold here in case there's another green one coming out. So just another additional 2 points. Because everything else I will not be able to do, I think. So yeah, let me do that. So let's take an orange one here and put it, I don't know, it doesn't matter, right there. So that's the yellow one we need. That is nice for the squash here, right? So we can now put a squash right there, and the squash will be placed. All the adjacent squashes will be looked at, and we will get +1. So this one has 3 points already, so this one gets 4 immediately. So that is pretty good. So we need, what do we need? A green one. There's a green one. That's exactly what we need for here. So we can put another marigold here. Oh, it doesn't matter because we can't water it, right? Well, I don't know. Maybe there's still a watering can there, but I don't think so. I didn't count, to be honest. So what can we do now? We have green and we have orange. Yeah, the only thing we can do is marigold, right? I should have put a marigold there before, just to save my corn, but there isn't a whole lot we can do at the moment, to be honest. So, well, just to see what the last card here is, I will just put a flamingo here for now, just to see what's here. That is yellow. And yeah, we can't do anything, so whatever. I will just put another path someplace. Doesn't really matter. And that is it. The game is over and we did really horrible. So, I'm sorry to the designer that I played this bad. So, and now we will count up all our points, right? So, we get 10 points for the completed path. So that is one thing we get. Then we get for 8 adjacent gnomes. We see that here in the rules. There's like a table here, and we get 21 points. So we're now at 31 points. Then this one gives 4, so that's 35, 39, 42 points. Had we gotten the sisters bonus, that would have been great. They would have had 52, but now we have 42. Did I say 42 or 41? Wait, let me see. That is 21, 31. Oh no, the flamingos as well. 31, 34, 37, 41, 44, 48. 48 points. Okay, it could have been much worse. So you probably can't see it here too well, but it says 0 to 44, black thumb. 45 to 64, that's where we are with 48. Girl next door, your yard isn't boring. And 65 and up is blue ribbon. But I suppose that this is still being worked on, right? But that's what it is at the moment. So we have the middle one again. I think my last game was a little bit better, but it wasn't too bad after all. I was able to get like a lot of bonus points. I hardly planted anything, right? But I got like the bonus points with flamingos, and the gnomes, they were really big. And yeah, that was my playthrough of Garden Builder by Janine, Doc, Viglietti, probably an Italian name. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed my playthrough. Just my first impressions as usual, not a full-fledged review, but just the first few impressions. I really like this game. I'm actually it's just in the idea phase, but I am working on some kind of farming game as well. It is much different than this one here. So I like nature-themed games. I like animal-themed games, which is part of nature, I know. And I also like farming games and stuff like that. If they're not too complex, right? Like the Uwe Rosenberg games are a tad too complex sometimes for me, just because it's just kind of hard to get them to the table. This one here, it took a little while to kind of understand the rules, but actually the rules are really simple, as you can see, right? You just turn over a card, you place something, you just need to know where you place stuff, and how the watering can, the pest works and everything, and how you score. I think that's the most difficult thing, to understand the salsa garden, the sister bonus, what you get points for, right? But the game works really well. It is fun. It is a lot of fun. I like puzzly games, and this game is really puzzly, because I think the main thing I enjoy about this game is that, for example, let's say I put the marigold there, right? And then I wanted to put a corn there. That's not possible anymore, because I need to have that shape here, and that shape doesn't work now anymore, right? So you need to kind of plan in advance. Where would I put the stuff? So I can't start planting the corn here and the tomato there, because the corn will need all this space. That's one thing I really like, right? When you plant what? You really need to think about that. And the other thing I really enjoy is that not the entire plot of land is available at the beginning. So if you want to plant corn at the very beginning, well, you can start. But then pests will come and you will have to remove seeds. So what I did at the beginning to actually plant these large plants at the beginning was stupid. That was a pretty dumb move, because I couldn't have done that really, right? What I should have done is plant the marigold here, put tomatoes all around, maybe a few marigolds, or put one tomato in the middle and marigolds around, whatever. And then in the last round 2 and 3, then start planting the big stuff. That's what I should have done probably, right? But as I said, I'm still trying to figure out the mechanisms here. The artwork is really cool. It's a little bit that old school style, right? That you would see in old gardening magazines, and that's kind of what it's going for, I think. Because it's here, Whitney something Peppers and Bruno's Select and everything. It looks like this really old school style, and that fits it so well. A really great art style, and also I really like the board is great, except for those large and small cards and these few tokens, everything else fits on the board, right? Maybe it would have been great to put stuff here too, for the seeds as well, right? Maybe have some room here to put the seeds as well on here, because then you would probably pretty much, well, I mean, I can fit them here. So it's probably possible to put a few squares here, because then everything would fit on here except for the cards, right? That would reduce the table space even more. That is really cool. And probably the display area, you could probably just put them like this, right? On the display area itself. And then you would reduce the table space even more. I really, really like the player board, and all these small details, right? These 10 cents things here, and what I said before, right? This old school style, and also that the farmhouse is actually here. This doesn't really have any meaning. Well, you could actually put the seeds here, right? I think that should have been something. That's something I should have been doing, I think. Like this. Look at this. That is great, yeah. But I like the farmhouse here. It just adds to the style. I like it a lot. I will put a link to the thread in the description as usual. So if you want to check it out yourself, this game works really, really well. I don't know if there's anything else you would have to add to the game. I don't know. I'm always a fan of variable setup, or of some variation regarding missions or tasks or whatever. I don't know. Maybe something like that would be possible here, but at the moment I don't think it's really necessary. I think it works quite well. So yeah, good job. Alright, so that is all from my side. If you're still watching, thank you so much for doing so. I really appreciate that. If you enjoyed this video, why don't you let me and the algorithm know by liking and commenting. You can also subscribe to my channel if you like my videos enough. If you don't know my other videos yet, well, why don't you head over to my channel and check them out. There are hundreds of videos there, so you will have a lot to do. But at least there's bound to be something else you will enjoy, I hope. And if you want to speak a little bit to me and my community about board games and all of that stuff, why don't you head over to my Discord server? I'd love to welcome you over there. All right. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the very next video. All right. Take care, everyone, and cheers.